Hello guys, welcome back. I know I said last episode I was going to make this a beekeeping episode, but I don't think I'm quite prepared to do that yet. There's a little bit more stuff I want to do to set it up first, and I just haven't really had the time to play and prepare for it. So we're just going to take care of a few things that don't take quite as much preparation first. Yeah, still have a long to-do list for today. I noticed my episodes were kind of getting longer and longer and longer and longer, so I'm honestly going to try to keep it close to half an hour this episode instead of going up to like 50 minutes or whatever it would be next. So let's jump right into it. All right, so I had my glacial precipitator make a bunch of snow blocks for me, and I was working on digging out this floor and replacing the grass with snow blocks, and was kind of getting annoyed at all these guys getting in my way and jumping in my holes, so I had to wait for them to move before I could replace the dirt with snow. So, you know, I was just doing this one block at a time, and it was kind of annoying. So I thought, maybe this is a use for a thing we saw in our Thaumonomicon not too long ago, the Wand of Equal Trade. So let's try building one of those and seeing how it works. Maybe it'll come in handy here. Like if I can replace a bunch of blocks without having to dig out each one, then that could be more convenient for that floor. Of course, I already made a mess of it and just put snow blocks in like random places here, so this might be annoying, but yeah, let's try the Wand of Equal Trade and see how it works. So, how do we build one? 3 vis shards and a Wand of the Apprentice, and 16 permutatio for instrumentum, no problem. So we need 3 of these, 1 of any of these, a gold nugget, a stick. Have no gold nuggets. Huh, how about that? Wait, or do I? Yeah, I do. Reorganize these chests a little bit. Still remembering how my stuff's laid out. So, gold nugget. Okay, so we have Wand of the Apprentice. We needed 16 permutatio for instrumentum. Do I have... that has 1 on it. I need more flint than that, or something else that has instrumentum. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so that's our instrumentum. Permutatio can of course come from seeds, which I probably have in one of these chests. Yeah, melon seeds. Okay, so it's 1 each. 16. There's probably a smarter way to do that. Okay, so I'm going to put this wand on here, this one here. Here's our recipe. We want permutatio and instrumentum. That's full. And here's our... oh, yeah, here's the recipe. I was all confused. Wand of the Adept. Okay, Wand of Equal Trade. Oh, yeah, I mentioned before ThumCraft was broken, and yeah, I just had to go mess with the configuration. I made a post on the Feed the Beast forums about it, and hasn't gotten much attention, so I'll wait for the next update and see what happens there, and submit a more detailed bug report if it's still a problem there. Okay, so the Thaumonomicon says, choose the block you wish to change it to other blocks into, change other blocks into by sneaking and right-clicking on the desired block. When you left-click on another block, it will turn into the target block. Right-clicking will transform a whole swath of blocks, you say. Is that how you spell swath? Swath? Didn't think it had an E on the end. If she's carrying enough target blocks, and the transformed blocks will replace them in your inventory. Now, I'm wondering if this is going to give me grass blocks or dirt blocks. So I have plenty of snow and plenty of dirt on me. Okay, so let's look at that again. So shift right-click. Yeah. So shift right-click the grass, left-click the snow. Maybe? Let's just try it once here. Okay. Shift right-click. Ooh! Left-click. Did nothing at all. Maybe it's like this. Okay, cool. Okay, so shift. How do I, wait, how is that? Right-clicking will transform a whole... Ooh, that's cool! Okay, and I'm getting dirt back. That is really neat! Hey. Ah, what a cool little device. Kind of limited application, but it's really cool for this. Come on. Move, guy. Oh, I'm out of snow. Short by 1 block. Okay, that was really neat. I wonder if it's spilled out of here at all. And probably not, because I have walls here. That was super cool. I'm glad we tried that. And oh, listen to that. So much quieter. Can barely even hear those guys walking around. That is nice. So give me 1 more snow block out of this thing. Probably going to get a whole stack, but that's fine. Let it make more. So just right-click on this, and there we go. Snow floor. Beautiful. That was fun. Okay, put this away, and do something else that's on our list. Oh, Thaumonomicon can be put away too. So, just fiddling with my stopwatch there. Ah, yes. So I have a thing to talk about here. These are tin and copper. You'll notice they look a little different than the, if you're paying very close attention, you'll notice they look a bit different than the tin and copper we have been using. So I have 2 types in here. Those are both copper. I don't think I have any of the old white or tin in here, but yeah. I say old. That's not what I mean. So I realized something. I had been getting my breaking down my ores into smeltable components in a few various ways. Like there's several options. So, you know, you can just stick them in a furnace. Oh, actually, let me talk about something with furnaces. I thought these didn't give you experience. This is just a very short detour. But it turns out it's because I was shift-clicking these things. So if I were to shift-click this, here, let's see if I can demonstrate. I'm going to right-click it without holding shift, and I get experience. Now I'm going to shift-click that, and I get no experience. So if you want experience out of an iron furnace, don't shift-click. That's what I've learned. And yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. Right, we were talking about, yeah. So, yeah, you can just smelt your ores directly and get smelt your ores directly, get 1 ingot per ore. Or you can put them into a macerator, which will give you exactly 2 dust per ore, which you can smelt into ingots that are often a different color than if you had just smelt the ore directly. So that's double the output. You can put your ores into a pulverizer, which will occasionally give you... Let's look at copper, for example. This copper ore. If we put this into a pulverizer, we'll get 2 pulverized copper every time and a 5% chance at pulverized gold. So you get double plus 5% of a different type of ore is how that works out. Now, the other thing you can do is to put these in an induction smelter, and yeah, let's look at the what happens in an induction smelter. Induction smelter consumes sand and an ore to give you 2 ingots and a 20% chance at rich slag. Rich slag can be subsequently used with anything pulverized or dust to give you... takes 2 dust and a rich slag to give you 3 ingots. I mean, we've been over this before, but the reason I'm going over it again is because I realized you never, ever want to do anything with your ores except stick them in the induction smelter, because that gives you the most bonus for most bang for your buck, because you get 20%. 20%, was that it? Rich slag, 20%, yeah. So you get double plus 20% extra ores, and you can use this on anything you want. So where do you get your dusts if you're only smelting ore directly into ingots? Well, you can pulverize ingots. So let's do this right now. I'm going to pulverize 2 gold ingots. And okay, so those 2 gold ingots turn into 2 pulverized gold. Put these in an induction smelter with a piece of rich slag. And we get 3 gold ingots out of it. And a piece of slag, sometimes. So, that lets you basically duplicate your ingots as long as you have rich slag to feed to it. And, yeah, to get the maximum amount of rich slag, you always want to get the ingots out of the ore by going in the induction smelter. So that's how I'm going to be getting them from now on. And, induction smelter gives me these instead of the sort of duller-looking ones. Hi, Wisp. I hear you. So, I'm just going to use up the dull-colored ones. Ooh, 2 wisps. 3 wisps. Man. Actually, since we have those guys there, let's try the thing we've been meaning to do for a little while, since I have some extra soul shards. Let's see if we can kill one with a soul stealer sword. You look like a good candidate. You're not even moving. Oh, there you are. Ouch. I just want to see if I can get a soul shard for these guys, and I'm curious if it'll be... nope. Still a normal soul shard. Okay. So you cannot use soul shards on wisps. Since we're talking about soul shards, let's skip ahead a little bit. This can be done in any order, really. I did some reading. You may have noticed that the text that I inserted in the last episode, sort of explaining a little bit about what's happening, why I couldn't place skeleton or zombie soul cages in the nether. Turns out it does depend on the tier of the soul shard. I thought this only affected like how many spawned, how often. But you need, I think it's, let me check my notes. It is, yeah, tier 4 or better to spawn something in a dimension that it wouldn't normally spawn in. Now, the skeletons are a little funny. They count as being only overworld mobs, even though they can spawn in the nether now. But yeah, I need at least a tier 4 soul shard to get that to work. But once I get one of those, sounds like it'll be super fast, and we'll work in the nether. And turns out you don't need a redstone signal. Actually, I haven't tested this myself, but from what I read, you don't actually need a redstone signal on a soul cage to get it to spawn stuff. It's just if you have a high enough tier soul shard, the redstone signal will. Yeah, this guy's distracting me. I'm trying to talk here, man. Leave me alone. Oh, he's gonna kill me. These guys, I tell you, they are super deadly. Wish I had some canned food right now. That's kind of why I wanted the... Hey, that was a nice shot. Kind of why I wanted the canned food around, just for the wisps, because they... they consistently come really close to killing me, and they actually have a few times, just not on camera. What was I saying? Right, so if you have the adequate tier of a soul shard, you can apply a redstone signal to the soul cage to stop spawning. But with no redstone signal, spawning will just go, I think is how it worked. There are a lot of different wispy essences. I'm actually surprised I have so few. I mean, there's like, how many of these are there? Ooh. Okay, well, it just shows you the one, but there's like a couple of dozen of these. I think the point is just to get different essentia. There's an item we'll get later in the Thaumanomicon which lets us pull individual aspects of essentia out of the crucible that would otherwise be unused. We'll get to that eventually. But anyway, this isn't a thaumaturgy episode other than the Wand of Equal Trade right in there. Very happy with that. Not sure I love the way that it looks, but I like the way it sounds, and that was the important part right here. So, did we talk about... Yeah, okay, we talked about soul shards, we talked about rich slag. Next thing, I probably should have just done this on camera, because it didn't actually take that much fiddling to get it to work, but my wooden tie crafting setup is fully functional now. So all I had to do is we have... I moved this engine that was below that up on top, because we had the pipes up here that were connecting to the coke oven and screwing things up. So there's pipes down below, which are fully hidden. I can't get at them easily. Oh, that thing went flying. But I can just dig in and show them. So wooden pipe with autarkic gate here, if redstone signal on, energy pulsar. And that's just a cobblestone transport pipe there going into the liquid transposer. So when it gets a redstone signal, it'll pull the first item out of this chest, send it along here, liquid transposer filled. We've gone over all that several times, so I don't need to repeat myself. Let's just, I'll show a little bit more wiring, then we'll turn it on and see it work. So this lever is our toggle. It turns on both this autarkic gate, which crafts the things and puts them into this chest, and there's a repeater down here at a delay of 4, just to be sure that that gate gets a delay on it, and that block is right next to the gate. So, if we toggle this lever, this will start crafting. I am going to still have to manually supply it with wooden slabs. I don't have a solution for that, but we'll figure that out eventually. And it just goes. So it empties it and sucks it out. Liquid transposer refills it, goes in here. Yep, so it's gone through a full cycle now. Empties, moves, gets a new one. So as long as there is creosote oil to pull out of... Ooh, we need to do this. Otherwise it'll run out. So that has plenty to go for a little while. And this thing uses very little power. Like, I don't think I even need to turn on the Pete engine for this demonstration. It's looks like it's 80 MJ per bucket. Yep. So this will go for a good long time. Yep, there goes all of our oil. So yeah, this will just turn our oil into wooden ties. I could actually stick another auto crafting table on here that turned those into wooden rail beds, because I believe, let's confirm this, I believe the only use for creosote oil is to craft wooden ties. Oh, I'm wrong. I don't know what this is for. Okay, well that's the only yeah, okay. Other than this, I don't think I need this for anything. Oh wow, this stuff's weird. Is this like Railcraft stuff? Yeah, this is Railcraft moving liquids around, I think. And I think the only use for a wooden tie is to craft a wooden rail bed. Might be wrong about that one. Let's find out. Oh, I am wrong. Okay, okay. So we can make a suspended track, disposal track, wooden rail bed, wooden post. Okay, so these do a bunch of things. All right. So I feel okay about not auto-crafting those, but it'll just fill this chest up, though it won't quite because it doesn't have enough slabs. But yeah, this should just keep going at a not super high speed, but plenty, while this is running. So yeah, that removes our need to manually pull out creosote oil, craft one wooden tie at a time with a bucket with non-stacking bucket. Yeah, that's, or consuming our cells or capsules. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with the way that's working now. And it seems stable, it'll just keep doing this for as much creosote oil and slabs as we have. So, that's that. Our assembly tables made us a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah. So, I actually... let's see, was that the next thing on our list? Yes, it was. I did a very poor job of explaining this last episode, like when, why you would ever want to use... How do I make a structure pipe? Why you'd ever want to use pipe wire. So I just want to give a much more, a more complete example. So we need cobblestone, transport pipes, and gravel. Okay. Just a few. Just 2 more should do it. So we'll take this out. And so this is the thing that turns on our engines when the assembly table has work to do. Let's do something different. So instead, we have these cobblestone structure pipes. This is looking even worse than before, but we're just going to do it for demonstration purposes. I'm going to put this iron ore gate here. And this is going to say... hang on. Let's actually run the... do I have to run the wire first, or... Come on. Yeah, I have to run the wire first. Okay. So we're going to run the pipe wire here, 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 and here. Okay, now with the pipe wire in place, we can now... Yeah, so we have 2 options here, redstone signal or red pipe signal. We also have two sets of actions we can take. This is an iron ore gate, so I'm actually not entirely sure how this works. Like, I'd expect 2 inputs and 1 output with an ore gate, but I guess you get the option of doing 2 things. I don't know, I'll have to play with it at some point. But anyway, when we... so, if there is work scheduled, then we want to send a red pipe signal. There's no work scheduled, so it's not sending it right now. So along this pipe, we can put 2 more gates, here and here. This is definitely a waste of iron gates, but they have to be iron to use pipe wire of any type. If red pipe signal is on, send a redstone signal. Same for this. If red pipe signal is on, send a redstone signal. So that should function the same as our redstone setup over back there. Let's give this something to do. I'll have it making... Oh, yep, yep. Oh, lasers apparently had some energy stored. Let's see if these things are on. They are, and they are running. And that ran out of work, so they should be... Huh? You're out of work, aren't you? Is that showing me the UI wrong? What's going on here? There's no work scheduled. Why is it... What is it doing? It hasn't crafted the chipset yet. Yeah, this thing has some display bugs. Apparently it's crafting something that requires 20,000 MJ. I don't know what's going on here, but anyway, other than the way this is displaying, I'm pretty sure this is working. So it's doing something. And yeah, this setup is for automatic switching on and off of the engines. So that's what that's about. And I'm going to use these gates all over the place for pretty much anything I do. You know, since we're looking at this sort of thing, let's just go ahead and have this thing craft us a facade of some sort. I haven't actually picked a block type for the wall that I want to try there. Let's just go with... hang on, I'm going to look at these and pick one. 1 second. All right, I'm indecisive about what block I want here, so for the moment we're just going to go with sort of a safe neutral choice of stone brick. Tried red rock brick, I might go with that. I want to replace this floor first before we do that, just to see how it'll all look together. Now this floor, we need to make a trip to the Twilight Forest and find a Minotaur maze for that. I want to use maze stone for that, if you happen to know what that is. So we'll be doing that at some point, but let's make ourselves, let's see, how do we do this? I need 3. No, how do I make this? Stone brick. Oh, it has to be a slab? No. Oh, it's 3 structure pipes to 1. Okay, I see. I thought it was the other way around. Okay, so 3 structure pipes here. Gives us, there we go, stone brick facade. How much MJ does it take? 8,000? All right, so that'll take a little bit. Let's do something else while that works, and then we'll come back and see the results. There is, let's see, what was this even for? I actually do not remember what this was, but if I look at the uses for this... Oh, yes, that's right. I would like to build a thermionic fabricator. That is a prerequisite for the forestry logger, which is a prerequisite to all sorts of, well, you can use it itself to chop down trees. You also need to use it in crafting various farms. So, but we need a thermionic fabricator in order to make these electron tubes. So the thermionic fabricator is like this: sturdy casing, 3 glass, a chest, some gold, glass, yep. And we're just going to build it like so. Sturdy casing. Okay, so we have a thermionic fabricator, and this thing is just going to go here where the rolling machine was. Rolling machine is hanging out by our steam engine out there. Oh yeah, I played around this thing just a little bit more. It turns out steam is a liquid. You can't put it into a bucket, but you can pull it out with waterproof pipes and store it in tanks, which is kind of funny. But yeah, this works pretty much like I said before. We want a larger boiler, probably a high pressure one, and a bigger firebox. You can do, let's see, it's a 3x3 firebox and some big boiler that goes on top of that. I'll incorporate that into my power room at some point, somehow. But for now, it's just going to sit out there. Right, so this thermionic fabricator, sure, I actually have all this off right now. So we're just going to power it with this peat engine for the moment. So in order to make diamantine electron tubes, we need diamonds. There they are. And what is it? Glass? No, redstone. And, oh yeah, we do need glass, actually. So the thermionic fabricator is an interesting device. Actually, 1 peat engine's not going to be enough to power it. Because, maybe it is. Let's find out. Okay, so diamond... oh, no. Okay, this one you actually put it in. Get it confused with the carpenter where you just tell it the recipe, then give it materials down there. So let's see. I put a piece of glass in here. Requires this much power to get going, so let's turn this on. So this thing is weird. It requires a bunch of MJ to heat up and melt this glass right here. You can also put sand in, but it requires a lot more heat to get going. Are you doing anything? You seem to be doing nothing. Is that giving it power? Yeah, okay, it's just running out before it can build up anyway. So let's find a biogas engine somewhere. Do I have no spare biogas engines? Man, almost tempted to try using my steam engine for this. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, let's play with this stuff a little bit more. Let's use the steam engine for an actual practical purpose. I can lose that water. That's fine. This is nothing. Okay, so we'll take our steam engine, firebox, and our boiler. Okay, firebox goes here. Boiler goes here. Steam engine goes here. Yes, that's right. We give this... Oh, I found out these slots are for fuel. Let's take some peat. And, oh, inventory's so full. Gonna need some water. 2 will do, fine. Come on. So, come on. So there's 2 water buckets. We'll put... Oh! Oh, interesting. I can just click that and it puts it straight in. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right, so that has water in it. Yeah, so if I just put peat in here, it'll transfer it to that spot. Oh, look at it go. So that's just extra solid fuel storage. So once this gets to a certain temperature, presumably the boiling point of water, it'll start producing steam. And we need to give the steam engine a redstone signal. I know I have... okay, I'll do this. All right. Produce steam. Yep. Come on, steam engine. Let's check on our thing. It's done. It has made us facades. So while we wait for this to heat up some steam, let's try out some facades. So if I just right-click on this... Oh, yeah, look at that! Ah, that's very cool. So can I... How do I break it? That's going to break the pipe, too, it looks like. Can I... Let's see, let's try a wrench. Maybe I can pull it off without pulling off the... Oh, wait. You pull off gates by shift right-clicking? Maybe you can do the same with facades. Nope. Oh, this is going? Okay. It sounded like these things won't explode unless they run out of water, so I don't need to worry quite as much about it as I was last time, but let's just keep them supplied with water. Obviously, an easy way to do that would be with an aqueous accumulator, so once we have a real steam setup, we'll probably do that. Right, so this is getting a little bit of power, but these are tricky because these this goes down, so you kind of have to you have to feed it with enough MJ per tick that it overcomes its cooling off as it heats up. But it looks like this isn't having that problem, so we'll just let it go for a while. Yeah, so I want to see if I can pull those facades off with a tool, like a wrench maybe. No, looks like I'm gonna have to break the pipe. Okay, got to break the pipe to get it back. Okay, well that's fine. Just need to be sure we have the right facade on there. These pipes aren't carrying any power, so I can just cover them all up now. Perfect. That's not terrible. It's really weird right in this area. I want to find some other way to do that, and maybe move these up one to eye level. Yeah, we'll see. That's a good start. I might also like stagger them by one. Like, you know, have a machine here, then empty space, then machine here, empty space, and maybe just wrap around this a little bit more. Because, I mean, these two walls, walls, so to speak, this one's used a little bit for this, but I want to move that anyway. But yeah, aren't being used for much of anything. Oh, cool, it's done. Okay, we got our electron tube, so I can pull this out. It uses up those materials and some of the liquid glass there. There's enough to make more of these, and we are going to want more, so let's just go ahead and do that. Cool, that was easy. Okay, and I'll turn this off and take this thing's fuel out of it. Oh man, inventory's way too full. I'll toss that. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Cool. So, that is that. Right, so we have these diamantine electron tubes, and with those we can make a logger. Yeah, I'll do that in a moment. Let's see what else is on the list. Right. I need to step away for a moment. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And, I took the opportunity to empty out my inventory a bit. You know, I don't like the way this looks. I think I'll take this down. But that at least gave us an example of how facades look on pipes. Yeah, I'll figure out another better looking layout for this at some point. Anyway, oh yeah, that piece of cobblestone's still there. Let's see how our wooden tie machine is doing. Oh, it's stopped. I'll bet it's out of... Ah! No? Oh, this has happened. Okay. When this happens, the system sort of jams up. I'll bet there's 2 creosote buckets down there just sitting on the ground. If they haven't despawned already. Let's see if they're in the system anywhere. No, none there, none there. Yeah, they probably already despawned. So yeah, there is a problem. If a full creosote bucket ever gets pulled out of here, it will go in here and kind of jam up the system, because I can't do anything with that. So I'm going to need to put a diamond pipe here to redirect full creosote buckets back into the chest, I think. Just in case I'm not sure exactly what conditions cause it, but yeah, that's what breaks that. But it mostly works. It made us over a stack of wooden ties already, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, a little bit of debugging to do on that, but I'm pretty happy with it so far. So, since we have that going, so that sort of takes care of our coke oven once we fix the minor problems with it. Our blast furnace. We want this to be producing steel for us because I want to do more with these steam engines and things. I'm actually kind of low on steel, and it seems there is there's a way to turn steam into EU. So the steam engines turn steam into MJ. If you use a steam turbine thing, it can turn into EU somehow. It consumes these turbine blades. Like, these have durability, I think. So we'll have to replace them occasionally. But yeah, I'll probably play around with that a little bit in creative mode and figure out what it does. But so this takes a lot of steel. You know, 4 steel ingots per 3 steel plates and steel blocks. So that's going to be expensive. So we just want to have this thing smelting steel as much as we can. And I did some mining off camera, so I felt like I was running slower there. That was weird. So my iron supply is still not great, because I have to keep transmuting it into tin and stuff. But with rich slag or duplication, then I can reproduce those a little more easily now that I know how to do that. But anyway, yeah, we want to have that making steel. So we are over half an hour now. I actually pulled one item off of my to-do list. We'll play with electrum and thermal expansion stuff later. Just want to talk about one thing here. So there's an idea I had. One of the problems I have right now, and the reason that this whole system is shut off right now, world anchor is actually turned off too. You can, if it's fueled with ender pearls, you can apply a redstone signal to turn it off. What was I saying? Right. One of the things that I've been having the most trouble with is keeping this guy fed. So ideally he wants saplings. I have seen how many saplings are produced from a forestry tree farm, and I don't think it's going to be enough to keep this guy fed constantly. So I'd like another way to get them faster. The idea I came up with, this might be stupid, but I'm going to try it just to see how well it works. I'm going to try getting a whole bunch of leaves with a chainsaw, or, you know, shears or whatever, and putting them into a builder. I don't know a whole lot about how these work, but I saw Etho using one, and it looks simple enough. You tell it an area with these landmarks, and give it a block, and it will fill up that entire area with that block given when you provide it with MJ. So I'm going to have this thing filling an area with leaves, which I will then use the chainsaw to cut down, giving me the leaves back and a chance at some saplings. Now, and then I can feed the leaves back into the machine to keep doing that and just keep getting more saplings from the same leaves. I tested that by just placing a bunch of leaves here to make sure it worked, and it sure seemed to. So, you know, it's not really cheating with item duplication, because this thing consumes a lot of EU as it goes. And, you know, let me just show you how fast this wears out if I use it on some of these big trees here. I mean, we saw this before, but so you're sawing leaves. It's already halfway gone, and it's totally gone. Okay, so that's it. That's how fast that wears out, and we're going to be doing that a lot with our builder-built leaf things. So we need more power in our chainsaw. You can make an advanced chainsaw, which stores, I think, 15,000 EU instead of 10,000, but that's not a big upgrade. So what we really want is ideally, an ultimate lap pack. So that's, let's see, how many zeros is that? Is that 10 million? So 10 million EU in the backpack. Maybe that's a million. Hard to tell without commas in there. I think that's 10 million. So that would be a lot, and if you wear one of those instead of your jetpack or whatever's in your chest armor slot, it'll just automatically refill this as it goes. So that would increase our capacity by several orders of magnitude, but That thing's expensive. Takes a bunch of iridium and weird stuff I've never even used. So let's back off from that a little bit and maybe just start with a regular old lap pack or bat pack. So a bat pack stores how much? Bat pack stores 6,000 EU. So that would septuple our chainsaw capacity, because it'd have the 10,000 plus the extra 60,000 in the bat pack. So we just have to come in here and charge our bat pack up occasionally. So yeah, then it goes bat pack, lap pack, ultimate lap pack, or no, bat pack, lap pack. Oh, okay, you can go to either of these. Apparently this is not a component in this. Interesting. How much does the advanced lap pack hold? Probably 1 million? Yeah, looks like 1 million. Okay. So either 1 million or 10 million. This one just seems excessive, so we'll probably go for this one. But yeah, you can see how that's crafted. It's not that complicated. So I'll probably do that off camera, and we'll figure out how the builder works maybe next episode. I wanna get set up for beekeeping. Here I am rambling again. We're at 36 minutes. Okay, let's wrap it up. Yeah, I want to get set up for building those leaves and getting saplings, and also doing beekeeping next episode. So we'll do some combination of those things, or maybe something else entirely. Whatever comes up. So, yeah, I mean, leave a comment if there's anything you'd particularly like to see. I love to hear about what people are interested in seeing here. Speaking of YouTube stuff, I may be... just curious if this would make the noise if it's out of energy. It does. I may be changing my upload schedule again a little bit, going down to one video every other day instead of every day, because this is just taking up a little bit too much of my time. I don't really... my evenings are pretty much dedicated to this right now. I don't have time to write code or play other games or things like that. So one every other day at some point is probably going to happen. Maybe not immediately, but at some point we'll do that. But I suspect people are probably having trouble keeping up at the rate of one a day. Anyway, I will stop this here at 37 minutes. Man, okay. Well, I will see you guys later. Next video. Thank you for watching.